In this video, we're going to talk about subject-verb agreement. Whenever you write a sentence, the subject and the verb must agree. So if you have a singular subject, your verb also needs to be singular. If you have a plural subject, your verb must also be plural. These sheets should be in your interactive notebook. If they are not, you can get some from me and just use this video to help you fill them out. Otherwise, you can just use this video alone and just pause it, rewind it as often as you need to help you complete the homework assignment and prepare for the test. First thing we want to start with is we're going to talk about how to create a plural verb and how to create singular verbs. So plural verbs. If you want to create a plural verb, we need to not or do not add an S to the verb. And this can seem pretty confusing if you really think about it, because if I say truck, truck is a noun, and this is actually singular. If I have trucks, still a noun, but this time it's plural. So notice how nouns we do add an S to make it plural. Verbs are just the opposite. So verbs are just the opposite of nouns. So if I say they walk to the store, notice how walk is our verb. It follows our rule because there's no S on it. And the reason walk is plural because our subject is plural. We have the subject, it's a pronoun they, it's more than one person. The good thing about these rules is they just really come naturally to most of us. So most of us wouldn't say they walks to the store, it just doesn't sound correct. So this is one of these times we can just kind of go by if it sounds right. Remember, linking verbs are verbs that you can put an equal sign in for, and they describe a condition or state of being. There are plural and singular linking verbs. There's a lot of them. We're just going to talk about three. So the plural linking verb is have, were, seen, am, are would be another one. Okay, all those are plural. So if I say my teacher and his family are going on vacation, notice this is actually helping going, but notice how this is plural. Okay, this follows a rule because our subject is plural. We have two people here. We have teacher and his family. So we need a plural verb. Let's talk about singular verbs. So singular verbs, the rule is just the opposite. So if you have a singular verb, you need to add an S. So with this sentence, this is the same as our plural sentence, except we have he walks to the store. We have our singular verb. Notice how it has our S. Notice the reason it's singular because we have one person, he. And we need a verb. Just like there are plural linking verbs, there are also plural or singular linking verbs. So have is a plural linking verb, has is a singular linking verb. Were is a plural linking verb, was is a singular linking verb, seems kind of follows a rule with the S. And then if we have are as our plural, is would be our singular linking verb. So for an example, if everyone is hungry, this is our singular linking verb. The reason it is singular is because our subject is singular, because we're talking about every single person. This is one of these singular antecedents, the ones we worked on with the pronouns, where we choose his or her instead of they. We'll talk about this a little bit more later on. Now that we have our rules for making singular verbs, let's talk about when to use singular and plural verbs. Now this probably is definitely review, but just in case you're unsure of what plural means more than one. So these verbs are the verbs that we're going to use when there's more than one thing that we're talking about as our subject. So first rule, if you have a subject that's plural, you need a verb that's plural. This one's pretty obvious. So if we say the newspapers are old, notice our subject is newspapers. We have more than one newspaper because it has an S, it's a noun. Remember, nouns do have an S when they're plural. Verbs do not have an S. Our verb is are. This is a plural linking verb. Newspapers equals old. So this sentence agrees with each other. This is a good sentence. Second rule for when to use a plural verb. Use a plural verb when the subject is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns. And this is the key part. It's connected with and. So this is our key word. And we'll see why that is later on. So if I say my sister and I are going to the movies, notice my subject is my sister and I. Okay, what's up?